Hello traders, Crypto here, Friday the 28th of June, and taking a look again at the market. Last time I did a video, I think it was on Wednesday, I showed you these different scenarios, and now I want to take a look together with you what is most likely for the coming days. I treat technical analysis as a tool to help me in my strategy. It's not a prediction game. I see a lot of people on Twitter especially behaving like it should be some prediction game. It's not. It is. Technical analysis can give you different scenarios and you have to act on that. And sometimes you do have an expectation that it might go up or it might go down, but if you think it goes up and the bounce isn't working out that strong, that might mean that your expectation was wrong, and then you start looking for conditions where your trade doesn't reach your requirements or doesn't suit your requirements. For instance, to go more up, and that's exactly what's happening right now. Let me explain. Earlier this week I showed you these three different patterns, and I think yesterday I said we might be in this scenario where the first cycle was already done around 10k. We did have a pullback and we started a new cycle. We did hit a target box and then we started the correction exactly as what I was expecting. But this 4 we just reached yesterday, and the bounce for the 5 might be not that strong and giving us an opportunity or making it more likely that we might be in this scenario where we did finish the huge up move from beginning of December or mid-December towards almost 14,000 and now making a larger pullback. It might be possible. Therefore we will go to the lower time frame so you can see what I'm looking at and what are the conditions. When I think we will see sub 10 or maybe even sub 9,000. So let's go to the lower time frame and look at this. If we do have the cycle ended over here at 5, we could do a very normal logical pullback. It's what everybody is looking for and tweeting about since days and days. Well, we have been looking for a logical correction since let's say 6,000, 8,000, 10,000. Bitcoin just kept going up, and I still have a very strong feeling that we could go more and more up, even if we make a drop to let's say 9,000. I think it's an excellent opportunity to buy in again for more upside. I do have it here, because if this would be the cycle I'm looking for now, then we would be in a third leg from here, somewhere over here, and a possible move across above previous all-time high and going into the 20,000. It's not that far yet. We are now correcting a bit. Let's first look at this. We did have a move up into the 13,000. What I told you earlier this week, look at the 618 fib level. We spiked a little bit above it but fell back. But now we have to look what is going on the short term, and are we going up more or first a correction? Let me go to the 1 hour to explain. Yesterday and the day before I was looking here for an ABC move and bounce from this green area. You could say, well, we did bounce, so great expectation. But look at this, we didn't make an ABC, but we did most likely do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 legs down, and now this very much looks like a corrective move to the upside. And this move is much stronger. That's what you see here. It starts building some more buying pressure right now, but it might be just an ABC to the upside as a correction in the bigger move to the downside. So if I do see a rejection in this area, I'm leaning towards more downside and another 5 legs move like this one to the downside, all the way down below 8,000. And where did we hear that before? Look at this, the CME gap. We did fill this gap. We have 2 gaps left, and this one is at 8,400. So as I said earlier this week, all these CME gaps have been filled in the past, so it could happen again. And if we go back here, that would be this ABC, and then we do have a 5, 3, 5 move. If this move to the upside turns into something stronger, I don't know, I want to remove this. Oh, let me do it like this. It could be that this is the start of a bigger cycle to the upside, and we do have here the start of a 5 legs to the upside and making something like this. But it's not what I think it is right now, because we do have that typical corrective move. If we get more upside, I want to see here, look here, this first move up also here. There is not a clean 5 leg structure. Well, you could say this is 5, and then ABC down. And then this would be, like I showed before, your first leg, second, third, fourth, fifth. And now looking here, I again do see here more likely an ABC. So the 5 leg structure needed for that strong upside is not really clean here, and making me think that we do have here that ABC to the upside as a correction of this move before we see more downside. That's how it looks to me right now. If we look at the horizontal levels, for instance, which a team member of us makes, this was his morning update. This is quite interesting because he said, well, if we get above 11,700, which we are already, and we do have a retest of that level and a bounce, then we are already in the next leg to the upside. But therefore we have to wait and see if we do get a pullback and a retest of that level. I can show it on this chart better. Look, he has the same, this move up. We are now, we did cross that line. If we do get a retest of that line and a bounce up, then it aligns with my idea that we do get that that bigger move to the upside. So if you look on my screen, it would mean that what is going to happen over here in this red box? Do we get a strong rejection, or like I showed you in the previous chart, do we get here a correction, retest of that horizontal level? And if we do have a smaller correction, then we do have the continuation to the upside, which I do have, for instance, in this chart. We already hit that box, so this could be something like here and more and hitting the red box, and now a bigger correction, but still looking like we can go both ways. Many people lining up and saying that we are going sub 10k again. I do say it's not a done deal yet. We can still go up and go towards 15, 16, 17,000. We have seen the whole past period that Bitcoin just kept going and going and going, and it might happen again. Bitcoin is very strong, and you really have to look at the lower time frame, look for corrective moves or impulsive moves. That's how I find my ideas, but it can still push up. It's not a done deal that we're going down. Look, because this, you see, this is looking stronger and stronger, and if this continues and only a little bit of a correction and a smaller ABC, and then we're launching again for more upside. Let me go. Did I tell you everything on the low time frame? I think so, yeah. So we could have a little bit more up and then down. Then small ABC is a retest of that horizontal level, and then up again. Or strong rejection is more downside, as shown in the chart before, and going to below 9,000. And you see, this is how you can combine different trading techniques and all. There is no, in my opinion, there is no holy grail. Some people strongly believe in price action trading, horizontal levels. Others do Ichimoku, Bollinger Bands, or Elliott Wave. I'm always looking at more sides and trying to find the best of different techniques. As I said, there's no holy grail, and this lines up pretty much with what I am seeing. We will get a reaction, maybe a bit earlier, and if this fails, then we get that move to the downside. So what does that mean for other coins? I do see more or less the same in coins in the dollar pair like Ether, Litecoin, Ripple. They do have a shallow bounce. We can get what I always call the crypto magic, that we suddenly get a surprising pump for Bitcoin doing $500 or even $1,000 in a few candles. But if I purely look at the current charts, this looks like a corrective bounce, and leading to more downside, and probably invalidating this bullish count. No problem at all, because on the bigger time frame we are still in a very good bullish sequence. This 5 maybe is over here. We do a correction, and then we still have way more to go to the upside. There is, for me, no real negative signs on the bigger time frames. Litecoin the same. Look, I do have the 5 over here. It's a bit more clear for me on Litecoin pair, doing a correction, and could even also do this and then more up. And Ripple is something special. Look at all these wicks. I did say many times in the past weeks, I'm only interested in Ripple when we get above this red level. I did have this box here. I was looking for a correction here and then maybe up again, but that failed. We did hit that box really to the dot, yeah, and strong pushback. And for now, it looks the same as the other dollar pairs. Look, going down again, and here this is really not looking very strong move to the upside. Either we do get a surprising pump for more upside, but if you look here, this more looks like a bear flag, and like I showed you in Bitcoin, Ether and Litecoin, it could make such a correction before more downside. But bigger time frame looks very good. Let's go to the dollar, to the Bitcoin pairs. Look, this is what I had for a long time in Litecoin, Bitcoin. But look at this strong move to the downside. This is very aggressive, and we did hit a box, a green box, which is a possible bounce area. It's not a guarantee, but mostly you do see a reaction from those levels. And that might happen here also, because look, I'm starting to believe that the altcoins might see more downside and making a fifth leg. How corresponds that to Bitcoin? Well, if we do see Bitcoin correcting now and making then the move to the downside, that would mean that Litecoin does have some room to go to the upside. Bitcoin down, alts up, and then Bitcoin starts rising again, and altcoins probably gonna die more. Seeing the same in Ether, Bitcoin, bigger picture. I do have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is still a possibility, but you see I do have here the same as for Litecoin, 5 legs to the downside. We did finish a third leg, and now looks to be in this correction. Could do more when Bitcoin goes down. When Bitcoin starts to rise again, rejection here, or maybe already earlier, and making another leg to the downside. Ripple, I think more or less the same. Yeah, look, we did break this level earlier this week. Could see now a bounce, dead cat bounce, something like this. A, B, Bitcoin going down, altcoins doing a relief, a dead cat bounce, failing here and making another move to the downside. And EOS is even worse. It is now already testing that level, but look at, I'll go to the daily. Look here, we are going down very strong and could have here a bounce. Bitcoin going down, then this should go up, and then maybe a full retrace, and who knows, maybe even more to the downside. So, summary for today. Bitcoin and the other dollar pairs are bouncing a bit from the expected areas, but the bounce seems to be pretty shallow for now. If it doesn't continue to the upside, more downside is to be expected. Meanwhile, altcoins can profit a bit from it, but I don't see yet big changes in my pretty bearish view for the altcoins. So stay safe, don't go all in on altcoins now because you think we finally get a alt season. I keep repeating, we are not there yet. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.